Salute everybody. Welcome to Switching Lanes with Miss Parker. Miss Parker, thank you guys so much for pulling up with me on this good Saturday. Really quick. Um, I had to end the live earlier. Please don't forget that the like button. Let me get there first. Please don't forget to hit the like button. Also, turn on your notification bell so you won't miss a live like this that needs to be talked. This conversation's got to be had, and also share the live. Bring awareness to it's not SA is not okay. It's not okay. But the trauma is only temporary. Also, I have a YouTube goal of 5. If you guys don't mind helping, it's an incentive from YouTube that's given to content creators. Um, so I would appreciate the support for that. And also, please say hello to your neighbor as you come in. And thank you in advance, writers. So trauma is temporary. It can be temporary if we utilize the proper resources. And I also want to talk about setting boundaries. Hey, Regina. Hey, love, sister. Hey, Jamie, sister. Lalizi, my sister, Maradas. Alicia, my sister, Marada. Carla, my sister, Marada. Tanya, Morgan, hey, my sister, Maradas. And Shank Rock had it in his live, but I do wanna read a comment. And as much as somebody might be like, oh, because it's gonna come off that I want to talk about it. I wanted to redo his live, but I said no. Cause then it'll be like she's hating. Tasha's just hating. I'm not hating. I want to bring awareness in the right way. And I do want to be mindful of what we put on our platforms and allow to happen on our platforms, even though everybody's different. But when it comes to these cases, I really don't want to play with it. But I want to read what a subscriber said to me on my wall. Let me see. Where's that video? One of the comments said, salute, Miss Parker. This live is heartfelt, the one I did earlier. This live is heartfelt. Wait a minute. The lady said she was in a group home. She also said her CPS had her mom drop her off at her great aunt's home, only to come back and say she lived with her grandfather. I'm confused. First, she said she was 9 years old, to only change and say she was taken out the house at 8. Child, I don't want this to be played with. Thank you, Jennifer, sister, my rider. Hey, Mona Lisa, love, sister, rider, top flight, my sister, my rider. I don't want this to in Colton. I don't want this to be a playing situation because with Nazia's case, it is being used for clicks and views for many who I can't call it out loud because I haven't been everywhere to look. It is being utilized by groups that feel like I can bring women to your platform to tell our stories because I'm building a channel and build off of this. And it's sick and it's sad because people's dealing with real life trauma. I read the chat faithfully to see which one of my sisters are hurting, to see that my sisters, some are more triggered than others. When I even talk about the case, and I don't even be getting down into that part. But certain parts about this story just trigger them. And I see them leave. They say, I can't take this. I can't sleep. I can't do a lot of things. Regina, you did? Yeah, you did, Regina. You did. You did. When you have inconsistencies in your story, Alicia, like we've seen Shannon, Annette, and so many others in the Nazia Harris case, it's lies. Trauma is not something you can forget, regardless how much you try to tuck it in the back of your head. It's real. You did ask me, Regina. You did. You did. Hey, Michelle, my sister, my rider. But I don't want to keep pinpointing that. I just want it to stop. It's sick and it's sad. But then I think about the story and I say, dang, the whole story sick and sad, and y'all don't think it's gonna attach sick and sad people? Again, look up the Jarvis Fan Club page. I got grown men. I got messages from where grown men are posting how fast ass shouldn't have did this and shouldn't have did that. So it's a lot of sick people that will attach themselves to these stories. I tell y'all all the time, be mindful. I had to with the Mode 3 case. I had to be mindful and I had to watch everywhere I go and I had to listen. I had to listen. It was, she said that makes sense. It was a whirlwind of a story. Once I heard one inconsistency, as I told y'all, even with this case, one inconsistency, you throw me off. I don't believe you. I'm not saying for nobody else to believe it because I don't know. I'm just saying for me. Hey, Miss Paula's sister, my rider. It was too much. It was we here, we there. You over here, you over there. You want to hear from the men. You're laughing. Breast is full. Out. And not one time did you tear up. Not saying everybody does telling that story. Oh, here go Pee Wee the counselor. Pee Wee, salute. I mentioned you, Pee Wee. I mentioned you. I mentioned Pee Wee because I know Pee Wee does counseling. And I've never heard Pee Wee doing counseling for this type of situation of mine. But I'm glad that he hit that panel that night and gave resources. I just know that it was inconsistencies with the story and I wasn't feeling it. And I can't respect it. And I won't be exactly in a spot where it's being respected. And if you want to dissect her story, it's a problem. I can't. Go where you want to go, but I can't at this moment. My mental. And that's when I'm going to talk about boundaries. But our trauma is temporary. Utilizing proper resources. Proper resources. Thank you for the panels that are open for us to talk about our trauma. But it is not that easy. It is not that easy. It's therapy. Extend therapy. Connecting those pieces, connecting those dots. Moving forward. We're not being scared. Opening your mouth, not being silent anymore. It's so much to utilizing proper resources to overcome this. Because with me, I didn't. So that's why my outbursts and when I see lies and when I see certain things happening, I have outbursts about what I see. It hurts. So I cry. Hey, Raw sister. Thank you, Alicia. I appreciate you, sister. Not scared. Because I haven't got that trauma. I haven't used proper resources to get that trauma, to make that trauma temporary. Until I can start really using my platform to help. Because when I cry, does it help the people that's suffering like me? We're all kind of confused of these mixed feelings. because I haven't got the proper resources to really talk about SA. Thank you, Mona Lisa. Thank you. So I want y'all to hear from Gabrielle Union really quick. She was talking about those who suffer in silence. I got a couple of clips that I want to play. It does.
Let's talk about this book for a minute because, boy, you got really real in this book, opening up about some pretty intense experiences in your life. Yeah. Why'd you want to do that now?
You know what? Because so many people are suffering in silence about a number of different things. And we all feel like we're on an island by ourselves, like we're screaming into a hurricane and no one is hearing us. Nobody is reaching out saying, I got you, I see you.
I like how she said that because that's where I was the other night. That's where I was the other night when I talked to y'all. I'm so glad I found this clip. Hey, Chevy, my beautiful sister, my rider. Thank you. I said, damn, I felt that same way. And it's easy for y'all to sit down and say, sister, I got you. Miss Parker, I got you. Let me hug you. I want to hug you virtually. But the trauma inside said different. The trauma inside when I seen Shank Rock tell that lady, he's got her. And that tear shedded for her. With me being with this man, it took protection. The trauma came back because we're listening to SA stories. The woman's talking about SA. So my heart was screaming out at that moment like, dang, why not me? Why didn't you do that for me? Even though he didn't cause the trauma. But I looked at him as a protector of me, just being with him. And when you don't receive the same, hey, real mama Fifi, thank you. So when you don't receive the same, the kid in you shuts down. It's like it starts all over again and you don't want it to. Even when you don't want it to. I told you it comes out whenever. Thank you, Chevy. Thank you, sister. My rider. Thank you. Even when you don't want it to come out, it comes out. I just want to take it back what she said.
Your life. Yeah. Why'd you want to do that now?
You know what? Because so many people are suffering in silence about a number of different things. And we all feel like we're on an island by ourselves, like we're screaming into a hurricane and no one is hearing us. Nobody is reaching out saying, I got you, I see you.
Nobody reached out and said, I got you, I see you. Suffering in silence, I did. I suffer in silence. And when I suffer in silence, I feel alone. The person that I thought I loved didn't comfort me, didn't reach out and say, I got you. Fifi, Mama Fifi said, I know that feeling. Like that, don't it hurt? And you can't help the little child to come in you. That your innocence is gone. Yes, we didn't ask for it, but it's gone. By the hands of someone else. I feel bad I wasn't there. It's okay. Have you addressed the trauma? And how can you identify when it's happening? Using my platform to address the trauma? No, people. So I gotta be honest, I haven't. But when I told Shank Rock about it, and stuff like that, like holding it in for so long, and I finally gained the strength. And I was like, dang. And then he kept saying, prayers to Charlene and other victims. When I felt like at that moment, maybe he should have pulled me up. But then I was like, he didn't want to take from her. The spotlight was to stay on her, and I get it, not being selfish. But even the next show, he still prayed for her and the other lady instead of all victims. And that's why I came out from mute and said, no, all victims. Singling out the victims and making one more important than the other shuts others down as well. You can add on to the problem without even realizing you're adding on to the problem. And I'm not knocking him, but I'm just calling out what my observation was. We're talking about SA. It's too many people. SA, and it's too many people, like she said, holding different trauma in. Along with the SA, Pee-wee. Guilt. Resentment. Hating your family, your parents without even telling them. My mama didn't know I hated her. I never told her that. So see, a part of me is still holding that in and feeling guilty about. I told her about the essay, but I didn't tell her my real feelings. Because I never wanted her to think that I wasn't appreciative of her mothering or nothing. I felt let down. I felt maybe I wasn't the only one. Has it ever been said? I felt what you were saying so much right now. I relate to you so tough. People give others graces and understanding for the same thing that we go through, and nobody bats an eye. Never reached out. I got you. I got us all because I go through the same thing. Holding on to everything, not just SA, all kinds of trauma. Domestic violence. Mental abuse. Verbal abuse. It's trauma. Sean B said, did that my whole life. Some things you suffer in silence. Some things I suffer in silence. And me too, Regina. I suffer a lot in silence. I hide it. And that's why what makes me melt down and break down. Identifying trauma and addressing it are two different things, Ms. Parker. Absolutely. Absolutely. I've identified. Addressing, It hurt and therapy helped, but can be triggered by other things. It can. Hey, Adjusted Boo, you had onto you had onto the problem when you haven't addressed it. Yeah. But when I see my brother, my man, a man, address it and talk about it and exclude me, only to offer resources to one, is a problem. It silenced me again, in a sense. I don't know the feelings and emotions, Pee-wee. I really can't acknowledge the emotions and feelings right now because I don't want to lie. I was hurt. It made me say, shut up, Tasha. That's why you shouldn't have said nothing. It almost makes me regret I ever told him anything about my essay. I regret it. Am I misdirecting anger? Could be. Am I struggling with the trauma? Yes. Because of the case that I'm doing, the cases I do, they're hard. My leg shakes the whole time I'm up here. Y'all see me? I can't sit still. I move. I move all night. I'm adjusting myself. I'm here. I'm there. I'm jittery. I think you should sit down and explain. I did. And it's the results from that too to get me where I am today to talk about it. To tell my sisters and brothers, our trauma is temporary if we utilize proper resources. He said, she said, shame, and I was only 5 years old. My God. Fifi. You have to be able to say how you feel no matter who's involved. Those who love you will let you and still love you in the end. You're right, Rob. Hey, Annie. Yeah. But this is what happens. It's like we gotta, I don't want to sugarcoat anything anymore. This is a part of my trauma too, sugarcoating. Hiding things for others to look good. As I did my cousins. Hiding things. Not speaking out on what hurt me. On what affected me. Sometimes I feel like you need air, can't breathe, so I go outside for a walk, and it calms me down. If I can't control it, time to pop a pill. And I was having panic attacks for a long time. I thought it was from the breast cancer forever. And I finally told the therapist what was going on. Because I had nightmares forever. But then I got the panic attacks out of nowhere. I was like, what the hell? I would have to literally go outside and get a paper bag and breathe. I didn't think I was going to make it many nights because I didn't know where it came from. It was just hard to breathe. And she told me, she started talking to me about LS Station, minus the M, Grape, and SA. And I was like, I want to tell her my story. Who is she? How could she even think about what I went through? Recovery is a verb and not a noun. Remission is still a mission. Either way, it's ongoing. Absolutely, Alicia, I agree. Was it hard for her to talk about it as a teenager? I just talked about it, Tanya. I told my story to my mother because I got a friend request from my cousin. And I got so nauseated. And I went past ZX. It's a content creator named ZX. And there was a lot of scratching going on in my sector, but God sent me over to ZX's. And it was a woman. She was just boohoo crying. And she was telling her story. And she was upset because people was, talking bad about people being SA. So ZX was like, no, we're not doing that. And he opened his platform for the woman to tell a story. And it kind of resonated with mine. And the guilt she felt for not telling the cousins and telling somebody. And I was like, damn, could I say, damn, has my sisters been touched? Will they tell their story? Or do they have pride that they don't want to say anything? Then my cousin told me about her too, and I believe it. Because he was sick. So was his sister. I was 5. I got a burn mark on the back of my leg where we had a heater in the wall, and she propped my leg up and it burnt. And she told me, you better not say nothing. Because I was bad. I was mischievous. That means I say bad. I was mischievous. I was always doing something. And she was like, yeah, I'm going to tell your mama you broke that vase. And I got a whooping for that burn on my leg. Because my mother thought I was into something. When I was really getting essayed on the bathroom floor. Hey, Shauna. Miss Parker, you are so positive. I love seeing you, babies. Never stop being. I'm not, Annie. I love you too. So some trauma's hard to get rid of. She said, I probably shouldn't be here. I'll go. And Shauna, it's okay. I get it. I get it. She said, nah, it comes from many things, anxiety, panic feelings like an asthma attack. Yeah. Yeah. Shauna said, I'm sorry, I got family telling me I need to stay out of your way and the child of which I gotta do. It ain't none of my business, but I don't feel that way. So Shauna, you're saying that somebody as a family member is telling you to stay out of my way. And I get it. I get it. If it's too much trauma for you hearing the Desire Harris or anything like this, it's probably best. And I will take your mod stick today, okay? So it's probably best. Everything's not for everybody. All stories and content creators are not for everybody, and I understand. I understand. If you want to be here, you're fine. But what you saying, somebody told you to stay away. I don't even with these kind of stories and stuff. You don't need. We're already dealing with a lot. If y'all get what I'm saying, not trying to sound harsh, but we're here for therapy and resources. Like, where can we get resources? What can we do? You know what I'm saying? I don't want to have it where my family can come in and intervene. But if my family steps in because they feel like I haven't had the proper therapy and it's affecting my home style and my home life, I get it. I respect it. I'm not mad at you. Thank you, Mona Lisa. Thank you. Y'all get what I'm saying? She said, so I will read, play games, do puzzles, study new things, etc., just to put the energy somewhere else. Most of the times it works, but when it doesn't, game over. Time to pray. Yeah. Do you have a time, like for some people that's victimized and stuff, do you have a time where you mentally break down? It just comes out of nowhere. That inner trauma just to come out of nowhere. I've been at work and it actually happened. And I just didn't know why it came at that moment. Pee-wee, should we let triggers be known to those who are close to us to avoid or work through? Good question. I like that question, Alicia. I'm sorry, I just need a friend, to talk and get out. I'm 45 and there's so much built up inside. If I don't get it out, I'm afraid what I'll do to myself. Let me drop the link, Shauna. If you feel comfortable. Because I don't want to sound harsh, but I get it. And again, I'm trying to explain in a way that I don't come off being like, if your family feels like when you come to these channels and it triggers you and so much trauma comes back on you, I get somebody saying, hey, I don't think it's safe for you to go there. I'm not disrespecting that in no kind of way, shape, or form. I just don't think it's safe for you to go there. I respect it. Hey, Kenya, my sister, my rider. No, I just don't know how everybody feels. And, my family tells me that I probably should just stay out of Yellow's way. Did you all are busy? Thank you, Regina. Shauna, I think I've told you I'm never going to turn you away in that sense. But I will take your wrench so you can figure it out, or you could tell me what you really, really need. Because if we got to drop a hotline number, if anybody can drop a hotline number, if Shauna doesn't feel comfortable talking to us, if y'all can go Google it real quick and drop it in the chat so she could be anonymous. That is a resource. That is utilizing a proper resource. So won't nobody use your story against you. It's a stranger that will listen to you and she will give you therapeutic measures until you can get an appointment. Regina, a panic attack can feel so many different ways. I had 2 different kinds. One where I thought I was having a heart attack and one where I was dripping with sweat. That's mine. The dripping with sweat. Dizzy and nausea. Yeah. Hey, Gina, my poo, my sister, my rider. That was mine. I'm Raw, the second one, the sweat, dripping with sweat, and feeling like I was going to unalive myself while having panic attacks was the worst. In all this, we have to stay prayed up and prayed over on and off the internet. Yes. No, I want to be here. Just don't ever want to be a burden on anybody. Shauna, you're not a burden, honey. This is a chat of many women dealing with either the same trauma or close to it or trauma, period. Nobody's a burden. Nobody should. We're strangers to each other. We shouldn't be a burden on each other over content. I want y'all to get that out of your head. The only burdens I got is when I shut this off and what happens in my real life. Somebody reaching out to me, such as you, Shauna, asking for a helping hand or a lending ear is not a burden. And if anybody makes you feel like that, maybe you shouldn't be around. And I hope I've never made you feel like that. That's why I like to listen to people and not read text, because y'all ever had somebody text you and that's really not what they're saying. So it's a misunderstanding, but it can go far left. That's how it be when y'all be in the chat. I'm like, what? Say that again? What'd you say? So yeah, but you're fine. Yes, I've been there. Don't know where it came from. Yes, ma'am, I have those moments so often. I broke it down at work, and one of the maintenance supervisors asked if I need to leave. I told him no, I just need a moment with Miss Parker. Man, it'll shut you down. You'll be tight. I've been left confused. After having a moment, I've really been left confused. Kind of lost track of time. I don't know how to explain it, but it's almost like I kind of forgot how my day even started once I came out of my episode. And I was like, I know I'm not getting dementia. I don't, you know what I'm saying? You don't want to think like that, but not this is causing me to lose memory. Yes, that's this is why I'm here, because the information helps me help my granddaughter. Okay, Miss Tanya? You're not a burden. We all need support sometimes. She said, I love you. You helped me a lot so far, but I love it and I want to get it out of the show. Please don't go away now. Sean, I'm going to be here for you. Y'all, I'm going to be here for y'all. I don't got to be a content creator to be here for y'all. Y'all ain't got to be on here for me to reach out to any of y'all. I got a lot of y'all contact information. That's why it's networking. That's why I tell y'all, get to know y'all neighbor. Kenya's put her story out here. She helps me. I watch Kenya tell us about her son, how she don't trust. How she picked the wrong men, the wrong directions, the wrong choices due to her trauma. So I want Kenya around me. Miss Tanya's like, hey, y'all helping me with my granddaughter. Because even when you get a child that's been through that, when you ain't, it's a lot. Because our trauma is now someone else's trauma. Hey, Allison, my sister, my rider. 988 crisis hotline. Thank you, Alicia. For anybody that wants to remain anonymous, and it's okay not to feel comfortable. But it's always much better when you talk to somebody. And she said 988 is the crisis hotline. Dior dropped a support group line. Thank you, Alicia and Dior. Thank y'all so much. We don't have to tell each other. There is somebody we could talk to and they don't know us. They ain't gonna judge us. They ain't gonna throw it up in your face. They're gonna help you until you can get somebody, and they're gonna give you resources to reach out for free if you don't have the money. You know what they saying is, I'm the pain in the ass, and I already know that. I'm sorry. Shauna, you're not a pain in the ass, girl. Now, I know I could be. Y'all be all over the place. Y'all know me. I told my story on Facebook. I got cussed out for it. I put out that I was 6 years old drinking and I was 14 and doing coke. And I haven't spoke to my father and my oldest brother in years. Oh my God. Prayers for my sister Kenya. Prayers for my sister Morgan. Prayers for my sister Shauna. Prayers for my sister Dior, because I liked how Gabrielle Union said, we are all holding in traumas, sometimes different kind of traumas. Raising kids. Kids get snatched from you and no answers, no nothing. That's trauma. Grief. That's trauma. Essay. Trauma. Domestic violence. Trauma. Shauna said, I just need a friend. I need somebody to get this set out. And Shauna, I told you, whenever you're ready, and you don't have to come up today, whenever you're ready, if you want to say, Miss Parker, just me and you. I can even silence the chat for a second. Or either we can talk behind the scenes. And I can Google what Dior said. Call 988 with you. We can utilize it on 3-way. And I can let you talk. I can remove myself and let you talk to even be your handle there. She said, Shauna, I got you. I have panic attacks too. They do make you feel like you're having a heart attack. She said, I believe this go anywhere in the U.S. Call or text 988. Thank you, Raw. It's not that I need somebody to be my friend and listen to me and not judge me, but that's why. I get it. Not get what you were saying. She said that. We all need somebody that we want somebody to reach and say, are you okay? Are you okay? That's all I needed. Thank you, Real Mama Fifi. Thank you. The National Sexual Assault Hotline number is 800-656-HOPE. And they got an online chat as well, rain.org. She even put the Spanish. So if anybody's in the clouds that's Spanish, and there it goes. Hit the panel, Shauna. You don't need to be seen on screen. He said, good topic. It is. It's much needed, Pee-wee. My family is making me feel like that night, y'all. Damn. Morgan just said the same thing. Her family, their families are attacking their truth. It's one thing to hold it in, but man, when you got your own family attacking your truth, I don't want to say I want a friend. I don't want to say a pedophile. Okay. I got what you were saying. But don't take my wrench. That's the whole thing that even made me go out of my house in the last 2 years, is knowing that someone else cared. Please. Okay. And I was like, if you want to, because how you put it, I was just like, I can take your wrench and I get it. I get if you got to deal with your family and stuff like that. That's first priority is family. And I don't know if you're married. I don't know if you got a boyfriend that's saying that. I just don't know I just got to take how you gave it to me. So I'm just saying, take care of yourself. And then when you're able to come, you know what I'm saying? You'll be welcome back in with a wrench. But if it's too much for you, I still get it. But I'm glad that, it's brought you out of the house. I'm glad. But if it begins to be too much, it's nothing wrong with saying that. It's okay for you not to be okay. Shauna, it's the ladies that are reaching out to you right now. But always remember, you have encouraged yourself, because sometimes that one person may not be available, not because they don't care, but because of life. Yeah. We listen, but we don't judge. Let's go, Crown. Shauna hit the pen on Miss Parker's platform, gave me the courage to share my mental issues so no one should feel like a burden over here. I found a lot of sisters over here. Let's go, Jamie. And you know we love you. Thank you, sisters. Thank y'all for dropping the links and the numbers. Hell, I need it. Don't feel bad, Sean. Don't feel bad, Shauna. I need it. I need it like ASAP. When I get done with this, before I even start my other live, I'm utilizing this number. Well, how do we reach out to you? Jennifer, where you be at when I be putting my here's my email. And I don't be getting a lot of y'all emails. I don't know if they go into spam. But for anybody that said they reached out to me, my Cash App going across the screen is also my Instagram. There goes my email if anybody, because we all have email, Gmails, you know what I'm saying? So, but if you have Instagram, it's going across the screen. Hey, Trini Betty. Thank you, Trini. And you look so cute in your dress. Stop that. Look like you on somewhere tropical, girl. Shauna, whatever's going on, I pray God reaches you where you are. Thank you, sister. She said rain.org. And that's what we're about, Shauna. Not just me, but everybody's pouring love into you right now. And I hope you feel it. I hope you grasp it. And know that we are sisterhood over here. You're not in nothing alone. And what I can't reach out and hear from you, somebody can. I just want to know if I could talk to you when you get a chance sometime. I could really use a friend. Please don't take me. I'm not going to take your range. And I can't put my number in the chat, y'all, because y'all know how that goes. So if you have an Instagram or email, there it goes. And then I'll send you my number, Shauna. I don't mind talking to you. Socho Lippy. I received that, Miss Parker. And if you go back to your 10, just make room for 11 because I ain't going nowhere, Booski. Okay? Okay? Because, girl, 100 people can't love you in real time. You hear me? Well, I can't say that because I got 100 of y'all that I think is, I got discernment. And I see good things in y'all, like for real. I see good qualities in you guys. Hey, Tony.
And by me sharing my truth, I'm saying, girl, man, I've been there. I got you. I see you. And I'm going to show you how I got to the other side, whole and healthy and happy.
Give me the example of something that you want a reader to take away. Something in this book that some people might be able to relate to.
There's, with what's everything that's happening right now, dealing with sexual assault, sexual harassment, sexual violence. I talk about in the book being raped at gunpoint, right? But what we're seeing a lot right now is a lot of victim blaming and shaming. And for that very reason, more and more people are going to stay silent when they see the public reaction.
Absolutely.
So by me sharing my story and my testimony, and by saying, even though I was raped at gunpoint at work, I had a tunic on and leggings, people still ask me what I had on.
You know what? Is that crazy?
It's insane. And that's what drives people further and further, deeper underground, and into suffering in silence. And I say no more. We have to stop the victim blaming, stop the victim shaming, and really put the onus of sexual violence on the perpetrator, not on the victim. And I've had enough, and I put it in the book.
Yeah, because, I was watching this thing on TV, not to mention who they were talking about. Of course, everybody knows. And a lady went into a basement with the guy because he told her to come down. And then, some people said, well, why did you go in the basement? It was at a party. It was in a public building, and he was giving her a tour. And now people want to know, why did you go downstairs? He was giving her a tour of a building in public. You go downstairs.
And I always have to say, no one asks to be raped. No one has it coming. You know what I mean? Rape can happen to anyone, anywhere, at any time. It doesn't matter what you have on. It doesn't matter the decisions that you make. I hear from people, especially through this book tour, as I'm getting to see people. I had a snowsuit on. I was 8. I was coming from my job at the hospital in scrubs. Right. I was 57. This is, you can't, it's happening in our communities, in our churches, in our on the street.
You're right, Shauna. Mona Lisa, you're right. I'm talking about Shauna. You're right. Shauna, you can delete it, Shauna. Once I think we all got your number. For those that called her number, that want to reach out and pray for our sister, hug our sister virtually. She did put her number in the chat, but I do want her to delete it because people can be so mean and do some crazy work with your number, Shauna. So I get you don't care, but she's right. She's typing fast. I get it. Thank you, Mona Lisa. Hey, Ladria. Hey, Ryder, my sister. Thank y'all for continuously dropping that.
In every community, you can't price your way out of it, which is what my dad thought. I'm going to move my kids out to this good suburb. I've raised nice, good girls, and I was still raped. It can happen to anyone at any time, anywhere. And I just want to share that as much as I can and let people know you are not alone. It is not your fault, and you didn't ask for it.
Wow.
Prayers to you, my sister. Prayers to you, Kenyon. Throughout our trauma, we got grief as well. I find myself, Kenyon, sometimes I can smell a perfume. I don't know why. I don't know why. Thank you, Gina, sister. I got it. I'm going to call you after this live as soon as I get done. But I'm like you, Kenyon. You still trying to gravitate real life on top of trauma. Go figure. You still trying to gravitate real life on top of all this trauma, grief, SA, abuse. My sister is a therapist for 9AA. Amen. You see how good God is about somebody like you through her, Alicia? God sends people in your life for reasons. In our chats. I appreciate that. Thank you. Hey, sister. My rider. Thank you, sister. I know. Prayers for Kenya, y'all. Prayers for all of our sisters and brothers that's grieving, dealing with trauma. Because men do it too. We cannot exclude the men out of dealing with SA. We cannot eliminate the men from going to prison. Yes, doing their time. Not everybody in prison is a monster. We made bad choices, but did they ask to get great? Only to come back out to society and deal with trauma that could lead on to other things. Hatred, building up guilt. When they done nothing wrong, we didn't ask for it. We got you, Shauna. We here for you. We here for you, okay? And never be afraid to say you need help. Never be afraid to admit you're not okay. I ride out to this open field at times alone and just scream it out. That's what helps me. My aunt was a narcissist. Praying for you too, little sis, okay? And I'm here for everybody. I'm here for everybody. Just a sister talk. I ain't say I could heal y'all. I can't. But I'm always damn sure be a listening ear. I don't want to talk about nobody or nothing. I just want to see, what can I help my sister get through today? We can cry together. You can scream at me. I'm okay with that. You want to go to the mountain? We'll find somewhere. We could go in a closet and imagine we on the mountain and scream to the top of your lungs. This is your calling. Thank you, Mona Lisa. She said, I'm so sorry that happened to you. See how, and I love the sympathy that we have for other women too, each other. She said, Shauna, that number is disconnected. She said, I called her. Miss Parker is disconnected. Shauna, do you have another number, babe? Cause y'all gotta give her a second. Maybe where she's so in her feeling. Thank you, Pee Wee. Thank you, cousin. I feel safe here. It's safe to express. Okay. And I'm glad that Miss Tanya, salute to her. I don't want to run off of our subscribers that is trying to see and hear different stories. She didn't just come here to see me or hear me. She's utilizing this chat with Kenya's trauma, Kenya's pain. What is she doing to overcome it? Shauna, Dior. So y'all can help other women as well. So if any of you, I can relay my numbers out there. I just need a friend. Thank you, Ms. Parker. You changed my life. Okay. And you're welcome, love. I share my story with Ms. Parker in private because sometimes I feel like I don't have family to listen to me. So for that, I can say to you, Ms. Parker, thank you. I love you, sister. I love you. And thank you for trusting me with that. Thank you. Y'all know how that makes me feel. Y'all help me, Allison. Listening to your story takes my mind off of my sadness, what I'm going through. I let go. And instead of thinking about me, I think about you. And I say, damn. Just when you think your story's worse than others. Hey, Bird, my sister, my rider. I'm not okay, but everything will be okay. I'm not like that, Shauna. Let's go. It's okay to say we're not okay. It's okay. It's okay. It is beginning. It is. Each employer offers 10 free as a part of your benefit. That's good. Well, I didn't know that. She said that each employer offers 10 free EAP therapy sessions as part of your benefit. So you can get 10 free sessions, ladies. 10. And that's good. Because that gives us a start to, find a therapist, or maybe they don't know a good therapist in your area. They can resource that. So that's good. And make some steps to make time for that therapy, because that's what I have to do. I have to make time for therapy. Yes, you said that. That's exactly what it is. They don't want me to tell it. Thank you, Dior. Dior said, I'm always available to do therapy, counseling, advocacy, provide support, interactive worksheet, group meets, one-on-one, etc. Thank you for you. Thank you for making yourself available to us. Dior, that's beautiful. Shauna, it's about you and your health, not them. Ms. Parker, I see good qualities in you. Thank you, Ms. Tanya. Thank you. Reach your goal. Thank you, guys. Thank you. I don't have nobody. My mom died. My husband done. And no, I'm stuck with this man. It's more abusing than I know what to do. And I don't know how to get out of it. Damn. Hi, sisters. This is one we got to come together real quick. She's clearly crying for help. This is one of those I don't want to see somebody in my chat and then be like, this is a story I'm covering. I just need the Lord to cover Shauna until we can get to her. I hate the saying that says what goes on in this house stays in this house. That's why more and more what's happening to these kids. Yeah. You would make a damn good mentor counselor, Ms. Parker. Shh. Girl, I took my wig off, scratching and one shit. Hell, they had me on the couch. You heard me, Tony? That's why I put my number out there. And said if anybody cares, I'll be waiting. They said the number's disconnected, Shauna, that they called it. Is it a way you can you have social media? I called you, so I figured you were busy. I wasn't. I wasn't, Tony. I don't remember what I was doing. Making lives and talking. Talking about boundaries with my sisters. That's what I was doing. That's what I was doing. That would mean no. That would mean the world. That would mean the world to me, please. Hey, Dark Angel. Hello. How are you? Damn. Shauna, you can start with virtual therapy sessions. Your family doesn't provide you with that non-judgmental, unbiased opinion and help you work through your pain. Since I wrote some entries on psychology psychology of abusers, trauma, mother wounds, and how trauma is stored in the body. If you're interested, please, Dior, please, Dior. Hey, Lisa, kiss that grandbaby for me, okay? I love you all. I love everybody. Thank you so much for your prayers. I do and appreciate it. You're welcome. Yeah, I don't know that I need you. Oh, Lord, y'all. This is crazy. This be sad, y'all. For real, this... you don't want to see your friends hurting. You don't want to see your sisters hurting. I got something for you, though, Shauna, for both of us, not just for me. I want to play this little clip as well, guys. Give me a second.
Project is really looking at how sexual assault survivors process pain and how they experience pain itself. So we found participants from the Oklahoma study of Native American pain risk. That's the OK-SNAP study that was done here at TU. And we found 3 groups of people. One was a group of people who've experienced a sexual assault. So those are sexual assault survivors, both males and females. We found one group of people who experienced trauma, but they did not experience a sexual assault. And then we found one group of people who have never been exposed to a traumatic event before. And we looked at how they performed on an experimental pain paradigm. So we had participants come into a laboratory at the University of Tulsa, and they underwent a pain task within our laboratory called the Conditioned Modulation of Pain Task, or the CPM task. And this task is really looking at how pain inhibits pain. So what we did was we had participants come in and they got hooked up to some physiology sensors, and we had them place their hands in cold water and experience electric stimulations. So very brief shocks that feel kind of like a pinprick or a carpet shock. And this was really to see how their body processes pain. And our laboratory also allows us, with our physiology signals, to evaluate nociception, or the neural signals that actually encode pain itself. So what we found was that for everyone in the study, their pain inhibited their pain. So that's what we would expect. So that means that the pain from one stimulus actually lessened the pain from the other stimulus. But when we looked at the nociception, or those neural signals that encode pain, we found a different story. When we looked at people who survived a sexual assault, we found that their body actually sent more nociceptive signals. So they had greater nociception. They had more signals that encode pain going up into their body than the other 2 groups. And this could place someone at risk for chronic pain, because the way that their spinal cord in their body, that cerebrospinal circuitry, might not be able to turn off pain signaling when it needs to in an appropriate way. This has some really exciting implications in the treatment world for how we can treat sexual assault survivors who are experiencing pain, because this is suggesting that they may be great candidates for something like psychotherapy, specifically cognitive behavioral therapy. Because there's actually data out now that says that cognitive behavioral therapy, a brief psychological intervention, can actually retrain someone's body and their cerebrospinal circuitry to regulate pain in a more appropriate way.
I didn't think about all the stuff that they had for people like me. So as I Google and do my research, I need to hear that. Because I got misguided anger. I got misguided anger with Shankar. Was it his fault? No. That was pain. That was trauma. Can we help what other people say no? But it shows that it's still a lot of trauma there. It's some work to do. And thank you, Queen. I see you come through. Thank you, Queen Spirit. Thank you, beautiful. Hey, Michelle. Hey, Amina. Hey, Boo. I want to play something, another clip, and then I want to play something because I got to come back. It's 7:02 for you, okay? It's 8:10 here. Thank you, Rob, my sister. Thank you. Check with your HR department. My job only provides 3 sessions. Any session, Michelle. We need it. I need it. I thank you, my sisters, for putting that in the chat to even know we have free sessions available. I appreciate that. Thank you. She said, Shauna, please call it. I'm going to drop the link one more time. Shauna, all you do is hit that link and you come up. You can just sit up here with me. You don't even have to talk. Just so you won't feel alone right now.
Like, the amount of times I had said no got me scared. So I was working for a casting company. There was one day that I was at the office with my boss. One of the PAs and the DP were coming over for some paperwork, and PA had brought a bottle of whiskey over. I remember the DP had told us that he doesn't really drink much, and he's kind of embarrassed to because he gets really flushed in the face. We kind of peer pressured him into it, just like, come on, like, it's just us. We had a lot in common, including a lot of animes that we liked, video gaming, had a similar sense of humor, and he was really sweet. And as the evening went on, the PA had gone home, and my boss was getting tired and kind of saw me and him talking, and she kind of could sense that we were vibing a little bit, so she went back into the back room to kind of call it a night. So he and I were alone. I remember I was showing off some of my drawings to him. One of them was something magic related or about a witch or something, because it got us talking about palm readings. He took my hand and was reading my palm. That kind of turned into, oh my gosh, we're holding hands. He kissed me, and it was nice. He got a...
King, I want to say this. And when we're having an open group discussion, this is about each and every one of us. So focus is on all of us, even me. So don't ever think focus is shifted on you. You never shifted anything. We want this to be a focus group for all of us. And we need our sisters who's never dealt with this. We need y'all just as much as we need each other.
I got a little carried away with it, and I kept trying to remind him, and I did remind him, like, I like you, I do, but I don't know what I want right now. I had just gotten out of a physically abusive relationship, and I just wasn't ready for anything, and I just wanted to know for sure who somebody was before I got to know them. That kind of made him, it confused him, and he didn't like what he heard. He just kept telling me, like, that doesn't make sense. Like, it's not, you can't not know what you want. I just felt guilt.
Thank you for the Cash App, Ladria. Thank you so much. Thank you. Give me 1 second, guys. Give me 1 second. Let me check this out. Hold on.
That's all drug addict friends. This is
Shauna. Oh my God. Y'all, oh my God. This is Shauna's Facebook. And this is why she's reaching out.
Fuck was right. You drove him insane. I'm not even the same person I used to be because of you. So fuck off. Go live with somebody else and get the fuck out of my goddamn life so I can go back to being the person that I used to be. You're just a goddamn drug addict. That's how I feel.
Y'all reach out to Shauna. She needs us more than we. My God, it was just a piece. The beginning was just, y'all thought that was something. It was the beginning. Thank you, sis. Thank you. Immediately, my hands was just like, Shauna, baby, where you at? Baby, where you at? Sometimes you just want to be Superman. Sometimes you do. Mm. Y'all. Man. Hey, the real TSM. Thank you for coming through. I'm so upset. Ashawn, I'm so upset right now, y'all. I just was like, I have something for I want to hear. Yeah. Yeah. You was on the right page, Regina. My goodness. Yes. She's in Georgia. How do we get her out? I don't know, Kenya. I don't know. But I think it's a cry out is why she sent that Facebook. Hey, Juanita. I know. The Jarium. Yeah. Morgan, yeah, that hurt. They said Georgia. I know, Amina. Thank you. Thank you, the real TSM rapper. Thank you. I'm trying. Shauna, baby, I'm gonna play this fuzz and I gotta get out of here because I gotta get ready for my Let me stop this, guys. I can't. I really can't. I don't want to even put it out there like that. I shouldn't even. I didn't know. I really didn't know, y'all. It wasn't to put you out there, Shauna, baby. I was told to check my message, and boom, when I hit it, I didn't know no sound or anything to it. So I do apologize for that. And that's why I was just super like, wait. This is for all of us.
You see, sometimes we believe that people deserve another chance after they've hurt us. We tell ourselves they might change, that they didn't mean it. But I'm here to tell you this: when someone hurts you intentionally, that's not an accident, it's a choice they made. And if they made the choice once, what's to stop them from making it again? When someone hurts you intentionally, it's not just an isolated event. It's a deliberate decision, a conscious choice they made to cause you pain. This is a hard truth to accept, but it's an important one. Too often, we make excuses for the actions of others, convincing ourselves that maybe they didn't mean it, or they were going through something difficult. But let's be clear, there's a difference between accidental harm and intentional hurt. The latter is rooted in a decision, in a choice they made despite knowing the consequences it would have on you. We live in a world where relationships, whether personal or professional, hinge on trust. Trust is that invisible bond that keeps everything together. It's built on the belief that people will act with kindness, consideration, and respect toward one another. When that trust is broken by someone who chooses to hurt you, it isn't something you can just brush off or easily repair. This is especially true when the hurt was deliberate. When someone chooses to act in a way that harms you, they are showing a level of disregard for your well-being, for your emotions, and for the relationship you share. They know what they're doing. They understand that their actions will cause you pain, and yet they go through with it anyway. It's important to recognize the difference between an honest mistake and intentional harm. Mistakes happen, we all know that. Sometimes people say or do things without thinking, and the hurt they cause is unintentional. But when someone deliberately hurts you, they have crossed a line that shouldn't be ignored. The intentionality behind their actions speaks volumes about how they view you and your relationship with them. It shows a lack of respect, a lack of care for your feelings, and ultimately, a lack of regard for the bond you share. We tend to rationalize or excuse intentional hurt because admitting someone did it on purpose forces us to confront an uncomfortable reality. They don't value us as much as we thought they did. That realization stings. It's much easier to convince ourselves that the hurt was a misunderstanding or a momentary lapse in judgment. But when we do this, we're ignoring the fundamental truth that they made a choice. They made a choice to hurt you, and choices like that have consequences. One of the consequences of intentional harm is the need to set boundaries. This is where self-respect and self-worth come into play. When someone shows you that they are capable of hurting you on purpose, you need to take that seriously. It's not something that can be dismissed or overlooked. They've shown you what they're capable of, and it's your responsibility to decide how you'll respond. Will you continue to allow them into your life, knowing they may hurt you again? Or will you choose to protect your peace, to safeguard your emotional well-being by keeping them at a distance? When someone hurts you intentionally, it's more than just the act itself. It's a reflection of their character, of how they perceive you and your value in their life. They've made a conscious decision to disregard your feelings, to place their own needs, desires, or ego above the respect and care that a relationship demands. And that kind of behavior doesn't just stop. People who are willing to hurt you once, deliberately, are likely to do it again. Why? Because they've already shown you that they don't prioritize your emotional well-being. They've shown you that hurting you is a line they're willing to cross. It's crucial to understand that when someone hurts you intentionally, it's not your job to fix them or to give them another chance. It's not your responsibility to change them or to hope that they will suddenly become the person you want them to be. People show you who they are through their actions. When they hurt you deliberately, they are revealing a truth about themselves, and it's up to you to believe it. Don't fall into the trap of thinking you can change them or that they'll treat you differently next time. They've made their choice, and now it's time for you to make yours. Your peace of mind, your emotional health, and your sense of self-worth are far too important to sacrifice for someone who chooses to hurt you. You deserve relationships that are built on mutual respect, care, and kindness. When someone demonstrates through their actions that they are willing to hurt you intentionally, they are showing you that they don't belong in your life. And while it may be painful to let them go, it's far more painful to keep them around and allow them to continue causing harm. Choosing to walk away from someone who has hurt you intentionally is not about weakness or holding grudges. It's about recognizing your worth. It's about understanding that you deserve better and that you don't need to keep people in your life who are willing to harm you. It's about setting boundaries and protecting yourself from further pain. When someone chooses to hurt you, they've made their choice. Now, it's time for you to make yours. Recognizing your self-worth is one of the most empowering realizations you can have in life. It is the foundation for how you navigate relationships, handle challenges, and ultimately how you perceive yourself. When you truly understand your worth, you no longer settle for mistreatment. And you refuse to accept disrespect from others. This becomes even more critical when dealing with people who hurt you intentionally. They test the limits of your self-respect. And it's in those moments that recognizing your value becomes crucial. Many people struggle with self-worth, especially when they've been hurt. The pain of betrayal or intentional harm can make you question yourself. You start asking, what did I do wrong? Or why didn't I see this coming? It's easy to fall into the trap of self-blame when someone hurts you, but that's exactly what you need to avoid. Their actions are a reflection of who they are, not of your worth. They chose to hurt you for reasons that have nothing to do with your value. Their decision to betray or disrespect you says more about their character than it does about yours. Understanding this difference is key. When someone hurts you intentionally, it's not a reflection of your inadequacy. It's a reflection of their inability to honor the bond you shared. This is why recognizing your self-worth is so important. If you don't, you'll keep allowing people like that to stay in your life, believing that their treatment of you is somehow justified or that you deserve it.
If you're a Christian, middle-class American
I think this message so needs to be heard right now. I agree, Carla. If some people only realized it before it's too late. Lucky said amen. Hey, Minnie. You're okay, Lenny. You're okay. Yeah, if we can get Shauna's location, that'd be awesome. She did put her email in the chat. I'll type it in there and stuff like that. Look for her in her email and stuff, guys, too.
But you don't. No one deserves to be hurt on purpose. You deserve to be treated with respect, with care, and with kindness. And if someone can't offer that to you, it's not a reflection of what you're worth. It's a reflection of what they're willing to give. Too often we undervalue ourselves in relationships. We tolerate mistreatment because we're afraid of being alone or because we don't want to lose someone we care about. But let me tell you something, being alone is better than being with someone who hurts you intentionally. When you truly recognize your self-worth, you understand that it's better to protect your peace and your emotional well-being than to allow someone who doesn't value you to stay in your life. Recognizing your self-worth also means setting boundaries. When you know your value, you don't let others cross those boundaries. You become aware of what you will and won't tolerate. If someone hurts you on purpose, that's a clear indication that they don't respect your boundaries. They're showing you that they don't care about your feelings or your well-being. And when that happens, it's time to act. It's time to protect yourself by walking away from the situation.
We got to understand her situation too, Sean. She's probably erasing, so he won't catch it to know she's speaking out. So I can see that. Yes. As of October. Michelle just put it in. Where's the pen? Can y'all look up some shelters, Michelle? See what's ready available in the area. We don't want to cause it. We don't want to reach out to her and put messages that will make him look into her and see what's happening. Because we don't want to trigger him. Because of the messages he said at the beginning of that just had me up like, oh my God. So now I understand. So we do have to be mindful of that. Be mindful of what you're saying when you're reaching out. So we don't know. Y'all know when you're dealing with somebody like this. And I don't care what she's on. I don't care what Shauna's on. She doesn't need that right now. Thank you, Michelle.
Walking away isn't easy, especially when emotions are involved. But this is where your self-worth comes into play. When you know your value, you understand that allowing someone to repeatedly hurt you is not an option. You're not there to be someone's emotional punching bag. You're not there to be treated as less than you deserve. And if someone can't see that, then it's up to you to remove yourself from the situation. It's important to remember that your worth doesn't depend on the opinions or actions of others.
Denzel is hitting everything that I need to hear for myself. This is healing for me right now. And then we got Shauna coming in and, oh gosh. Can somebody drop Lucky's link and Queen Sanity's link, please? And thank you.
Whether someone chooses to respect you or not doesn't change your intrinsic value. Your worth is something that exists regardless of how others treat you. And when you internalize that truth, it becomes easier to let go of people who hurt you. You stop seeking validation from them because you understand that their actions don't define you. You define you. People who intentionally hurt you often count on you not recognizing your value. They count on you being forgiving, being understanding, and being willing to overlook their behavior. But when you know your worth, you don't give them that power. You don't allow them to continue disrespecting you because you've built a strong sense of self-respect. You understand that your value is non-negotiable. And anyone who fails to recognize it doesn't deserve a place in your life. The beauty of recognizing your worth is that it empowers you to demand better for yourself. You start to attract relationships and situations that align with the respect and love you deserve. You no longer entertain people who bring negativity, hurt, or chaos into your life. Instead, you seek out relationships that are nurturing, supportive, and reciprocal. And this shift doesn't happen because the world changes. It happens because you change. When you know what you deserve, you stop settling for less. Recognizing your self-worth is an ongoing process. It requires self-reflection, self-compassion, and the courage to walk away from situations that don't serve you. It means choosing yourself even when it's difficult. It means understanding that your value is not determined by others, but by you. And most importantly, it means having the strength to say no to mistreatment, even when it comes from people you care about. At the end of the day, you are responsible for how people treat you. When you know your worth, you set the standard for how others should treat you as well. If someone hurts you intentionally, that's their choice. But staying in that situation and allowing them to do it again, that's your choice. Choose wisely. Choose yourself. Recognize your value and never settle for less than you deserve. When trust is broken, especially by someone who has intentionally hurt you, it's not something that can be easily repaired. Trust is the cornerstone of any meaningful relationship, whether it's with a friend, partner, or colleague. It's what allows you to feel safe, to be vulnerable, and to rely on others without fear of betrayal. Once that...
Amen, Juanita. Amen. This is tugging right now. This is pulling heartstrings. I'm the boss here, only Perkins. I'm related to my brother and sister. I'm not related to any Perkins outside of them. If y'all reaching out, again, be mindful. Shauna needs us. Shauna needs us. I see why she's in these chats, and I see why she texts the way she does. just playing that clip was not even a minute. And Shauna was told to unalive herself. He said he doesn't know why Shauna hasn't done it yet. Don't bombard her messages, guys. Because so many messages might alarm him with him shying her off from other people. Because he's shying her off from the abuse from everybody else. So her getting sudden messages from 1,000 people could alarm something. If you really know abuse, Father, thank you for allowing me to dispatch my angels to fight over whoever I command them protect. I call on Michael right now in the holy, matchless name of Jesus. Amen. Okay, sister. Thank you and Sister Belinda for this. This website can lead her to the nearest shelter. There's a total of 66 shelters. Kenya, I don't know how to because I don't want the police to. I don't know how to utilize this right now, guys. I don't know how to. Because will she say anything? Is the question. So I don't want. Because then she won't have access to social media. If y'all get what I'm saying. I don't see one in Donaldson. Okay. She said she was letting her phone charge. Did choose to share some things with me, but of course I will not expose it on her. She's wanting to talk anyone at this point, especially Miss Parker. Okay, I'm right in this anyway. I'm going to push my live back for a second, just a little bit. Okay. Just keep up the communication, King. Keep, you know what I'm saying, and let her know. Ask her like, I don't know how to. Michelle said it is 66 shelters near, and if I can call the one nearest, if you can get some information, can you just keep her talking? Yes, Melissa, child, she's. Amen. Hey, Mr. Go, thank you. And you are my sister, my ride, okay? It's okay, it's closer to Alabama. Okay. Facts, looking there. Okay. Yeah, y'all look for some shelters and y'all Michelle and Regina, call the shelters that y'all are seeing and ask them, just kind of ask them some questions about, hey, if I'm in an abusive relationship and how he can't find her, you know what I'm saying? I you know, what do they need from her? What's the requirements? If y'all can get the requirements in, we can get it to Kenya. One of our subscribers, Shauna, is horrible. Miss Kaneko is horrible. She's in a bad situation. It's bad, y'all. It's bad. She needs us. And I don't want her to be another story. It sounds like that shit that you go to YouTube when you looking up the stories. I can't. Yeah. Yeah, you have to be cautious in helping her to keep her safe. Yeah. This is not a normal situation of domestic violence. This is aggressive. Right. She should talk. I don't want to say too much out because she already said he don't want her talking. So I don't know if he watches to see what she does and says. So I don't want to talk about it. Really. Y'all sisters that got my number, hit me up. Gotta fund the ones closest to her. Check your Gmail. Okay. I'm gonna get out for guys. Thank y'all. Man, this is hurting. Thank you, Kiki, for sharing no requirements. Okay. They will do a safety plan. Thank you, sister. Thank you so much. Where is she located? Is y'all, she says she's in Virginia. She's in Donaldson, Georgia. Regina said it's close to Alabama. And I don't know how to yeah, I'm ready to talk to her. Yeah. I'm gonna try to see what it is, Isla. It is. She needs a safe word to share. Yeah, we need Kenya, make sure it's safe words and codes. And I think Kenya knows what she's doing. I got faith in sis. I ain't even gonna tell her what to say and stuff. I'm gonna call her real quick, guys, and see what we can do. Michelle, do you got my Instagram? I mean my let me put my email down here one more time. Yeah, I done got nervous and I'm like Jamie, I done got triggered. This is what you call triggering. And if y'all seen that video, no wonder she was like, no, she's calling out. That's a cry for help. That is a cry for help. That's why she didn't mind giving us her Facebook. She said, no, I want everybody to see it. And she's giving out her number for a reason. So I want her, and I want to be mindful what I say right now because I don't know. Because she did put in the chat, her family told her stop talking to me. And if you ever read Shauna's comments, it's always she wants to talk out. She needs help. She wants out. Yes. Yeah. All right, guys. Y'all got her information and stuff. Yes, I have your email. Okay, Michelle, hit me up and let me know because I'm ready to call her real quick, and I don't want to say too much. I'm in Delaware. If not, I will go to her. I know Carla. Yeah, I'm gonna call and help you out. I'm ready to see what we can do. And if y'all in the Georgia area, hit my Instagram. Hit my Instagram. Hit my Instagram. Please, just hit my Instagram. Not saying I want y'all to put a search and rescue, but just any kind of resources I can get this girl right now. Please, go check. I love you, ladies. Okay. Everybody, I'll see you guys back in just a few, okay?